The fucking bastards. King Cobra JFS back at it with another video. This Doritos scandal has rocked the nation and pissed me off as a loyal Doritos customer / follower, and I'm sick of it. Doritos did the right thing by firing Samantha Hudson, but the damage has already been done. If you're going to be a virtue signaling piece of shit and only hire people because you want progressive points, maybe do some fucking background checks on these individuals before you let them do their thing. Storytime drag queen. Excuse me, I had a little sneeze. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Not sorry. Ha 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 ha. And of course, Brett Cooper's going to chime in on these issues. Let's see what she has to say.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. Today we need to talk
The comment erection with Brett Cooper. All jokes aside, I am a fan of her videos. It's a great way to get a perspective on, because I'm subscribed to like conservative and left-wing channels alike, so there you go.
Doritos. Doritos, that delightful...
Yeah, Doritos, those delightful cheesy bastards.
Cheesy chip brand might have just Bud Lighted themselves, but it seems...
No, they didn't, because at least Dylan Mulvaney's not a sicko. Okay.
They caught their mistake early, which might be their saving grace. People online are still debating that. But the question is, after this disgusting, appalling situation, even though they caught it, is Doritos worth saving? And my reasoning about that question might not be what you think. We're going to talk about it today. Before we do, though, make
You're not the sheriff, and my dad is not like that. Get a life, you loser trolls. God, my trolls are fucking sad. They are literally the saddest fucks on the planet. They have nothing better to do than do everything they can to fuck with me. It's just beyond disgusting. The only thing more disgusting are sickos. And moving on with the video.
like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and then ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or one of our live streams. So this fiasco all started a mere 48 hours ago when Doritos Spain, which is all owned by the same PepsiCo company, dropped a new commercial. And one of the stars was a 24-year-old transgender activist who goes by Samantha Hudson. Here's the promo for us to watch.
Being perfect is...
Oh, God, what the fuck is that? Oh, God.
not easy, but you get used to it. So.
You can't look at Samantha Hudson without wanting to throw up in your fucking mouth. It's like, pass the hydrogen peroxide and bleach, please. I want to pour it in my eyes. Like, no, dude, stop.
I'm nothing like that. I mean, I'm fat. You're perfect.
No, I'm not perfect. You're perfect.
I am super proud of myself, of being totally who I am, and not oppressing myself for anything in the world.
Have you faced more disqualifications on social networks than in your daily life?
Yeah, I just think that people in person don't know how to do anything.
People in person don't know how to do anything. That's why I'm totally recording a video and having a drink combo. Suck my dick.
Some advice.
The piece of advice that I'm always going to give to everyone, and that is what I have always applied to myself, is to be yourself.
That is very profound.
So first of all, what does any of this have to do with Doritos? There are Doritos sitting in front of...
That's my whole fucking point. Is that Doritos doesn't need a virtue signal to Gen Z how woke they are. Just sell your chips. You know? It feels like the narrative's being pushed way too hard and people are trying way too hard. I got a Doritos commercial for you. Everyone stoned off some good marijuana and like fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everyone hates sickos. You got the one trans friend and everyone's all just like sitting there smoking and toking, and then someone's like, hey, pass the bag. What, the bag of weed? Nah, crack out the bag of Doritos. What you think I said?
They're not talking about it. They're not talking about how Doritos is empowering.
That's exactly my point, Brett Cooper. You see commercials like these from the 80s, where it's just people sitting on a couch, watching TV, eating Doritos. It's all about how delicious they are. It's not about some woke agenda, you know what I'm saying?
Them at all. This is literally just a progressive ideology power play. Its only purpose is to push an agenda. And then
that's half of it. The other half is because they want trans people to feel included. And when they try too hard for that, God forbid, they end up getting some weird fucking kinky, just nasty, fucking disgusting piece of shit sicko as an excuse of a human being.
To be sponsored by Doritos. Put the Doritos stamp. Hey, look, we did it. DEI. We're inclusive. We're progressive. Stamp on top. Now, the individual in question, the Samantha Hudson, is the blonde one. The one who says, I'm so perfect at the beginning. And I believe the first person to bring attention to all of this was a Spanish journalist named Herman Tersch. But Ollie London and libs of TikTok and wokeness all quickly amplified it on Twitter, and it went viral almost instantaneously. And these folks and people on Twitter were not simply upset because Doritos had hired a transgender person. They were upset by the things that this person had tweeted and said in the past. And they were...
You said it. Like, okay, nobody's gives a shit at this point because trans is being shoved in our face whether we want it or not. Okay? I could give a shit if the person's gender ideology is the fucking crap that they said. That triggers me. Like, literally admits to being a sicko, mocks rape victims, among other things. Like, Samantha Hudson is a disgusting human being, YouTube.
Horrified, rightfully so, that Doritos would even consider, in any kind of universe,
they're garbage, absolute fucking garbage,
aligning with this Samantha Hudson. And if you're wondering what is so awful that would be so appalling, it's pedophilia and mocking rape victims, amongst other things. One Spanish publication tweeted and said, strong controversy in Spain after it became known that Doritos chose Samantha Hudson as its brand ambassador in the...
So Samantha Hudson has admitted to being a pedophile, identifies as a non-trans binary girl, openly mocks child rape victims, advocates for destroying and abolishing the traditional family. Just a real piece of work. Oh, but it gets worse. Drink with me.
European country. Samantha Hudson has admitted to being a pedophile, identifies as a non-binary trans girl, openly mocks child rape victims, and advocates for annihilating, completely destroying, and abolishing the traditional family. And yes, Samantha has said literally all of that. Just watch this. And this is the most mild out of everything we're going to cover.
Yo abogo por aniquilar y destruir por completamente, abolir la familia tradicional nuclear monógama. No es que vaya a darle una paliza a mis padres, ni mucho menos, pero creo que ya está bien de tener un canon estandarizado.
Oh, good. You're not going to beat up your parents. Thank God. I'm so glad you cleared that up. But you want to abolish and annihilate the traditional nuclear monogamous family. So literally you want to blow up the structure upon which our society is built. The reason that you are alive, you want to annihilate that because it's too standardized, too normal. You want to get rid of that whole canon. But again, that's mild compared to things that Samantha has said.
You gotta wonder what kind of fucked up childhood that Samantha Hudson had to make him act like this. I'm not going to acknowledge Samantha Hudson's pronouns. You can go fuck yourself.
I want to read you some of these tweets, but we are going to have to bleep out a lot of this. If you don't want to hear it because it truly is disgusting, just fast forward. One of these tweets says, I cry with laughter at bullying videos that end in suicide. These are...
Oh, fuck. Okay, so the only reason I'm going to let it play through on my video so you can get an idea of what a disgusting, inhuman piece of shit Samantha Hudson is. He says he cries with laughter at bullying videos that end in suicide. Yeah. But when people bully trans people, they're all bigots, right? Go fuck yourself, dude.
So translated. Here's another one. I hate women who are victims of rape.
Here's another Samantha Hudson quote. He hates women who are victims of rape and who turn to self-help centers to overcome their trauma. What a pain in the ass. Like, yeah, I'll give Samantha Hudson a pain in the ass. It's going to involve a gas-powered chainsaw. Texas Chainsaw Chomo Massacre.
Turn to self-help centers to overcome their trauma. What a pain.
Let me ask Samantha Hudson this. What if somebody had raped you and you were so traumatized by it and nobody gave a shit because you were trans? You would be screaming about how unfair it is and how politically unjust. Oh, but everyone else, fuck them, right? Fucking inhuman piece of shit, dude.
The ass. Sounds like a lovely human being. Here's this one. I want to do naughty things, like stick a 12-year-old girl up my... Now there's...
No. What the fuck? I hate sickos. And the problem with this whole situation is that trans people have been bullied and mocked. And now that trans people are starting to get rights in our society, the sickos think they get to have something too because, well, LGBTQ gets to do their thing, so it's like, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? I draw the line at sickos. You can go fuck yourself. All this fucking does is create more negative publicity for LGBTQ, which, by the way, they do not need. And there are plenty of people on both LGBTQ and non-LGBTQ sides. Pretty much everyone hates sickos. But if you got some homophobic, transphobic asshole and they take the one shitty example like Samantha Hudson, for example, or like Audrey Hale, fuck that dude too. They will use it to justify their homophobic behavior. And it's like, hey man, a lot of people in the gay community hate sickos just as much as the non-gay community does. And all the gay community wants is acceptance, and they find it harder to get acceptance when you got those bad apples in the bunch that just ruin it for the whole kit and caboodle, you know.
A lot of controversy surrounding that tweet specifically because people have no idea what it means.
I don't even want to know.
I don't want to know.
But what we do know is that's pedophilic. That is genuinely disgusting. Another tweet reads, and this is probably the most disgusting one. I just ran my tongue over my little cousin's and she smiled at me. The little ones deserve pleasure too.
Not like that, they don't. Kids are not mature enough for that kind of activity, you disgusting fucking cunt.
There is no other way to explain this other than pedophilia. It's not a joking matter.
Dude,
it shouldn't be normalized, even though our society wants it to be. It is appalling. That is disgusting. There were some other tweets and comments as well that were featured in other magazines.
Fuck Cyrax.
One was...
Like, there you go. Maybe Cyrax... I think Cyrax might have found his goddamn soulmate right there. Samantha Hudson is Cyrax's soulmate.
Out Samantha stripping down and dancing in front of an 8-year-old girl in public, saying, oh my god, I loved doing that. Like, weird, disgusting stuff. Like, these are appalling. I don't have any other words other than this is atrocious. It is horrifying. Like, I don't know how many different ways I can say that. Any person who would tweet this is despicable. There's no way to excuse or argue your way out of any of this. Now, it's important to note that this person tweeted these things about 10 years ago, so when they were like, 15 or 16 years old. And some people online, specifically on the left, are trying to rationalize and minimize the nature of these comments due to their age at the time. Like Rolling Stone, for example, they published an article and they were basically whining and crying about how the right was foaming at the mouth, wanting to cancel this person, wanting to...
What did I say in my smoothie video? I told you how politics works, and nobody wants to listen. The libtard liberal left likes to use lies and misinformation to control the masses, while the Republicans like to use, fear to control us. Wake up.
Cancel Doritos, wanting to Bud Light them. Oh, they're just wanting to boycott because it's a trans person. And then they go, okay, yeah.
Then that's what pisses me off about the whole thing, is like Doritos can face a lot of backlash for firing Samantha Hudson because they identify as non-binary and trans. It's like, you don't get a fucking pass to be an inhuman piece of shit just because you identify as, you know what I'm saying? And then the assholes who are defending Samantha Hudson's pronouns are just doing it because, oh, you're afraid of woke culture and being canceled, and oh my god, what the fuck are people gonna think about me? Kiss my ass. This shit's got me so fucking triggered, I need a dip. You might sit there and go, oh my god, chewing tobacco, dip, snuff. Oh my god, Cobra chews. So disgusting. And where? I'll tell you what's disgusting. Samantha Hudson. Let me get a fat fucking pinch right there. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Here's the thing of it. People like Samantha Hudson are the absolute fucking worst. Because people in the LGBTQ plus community do not need any more negative publicity.
The tweets were kind of pedophilic, but they were 15. It didn't matter. The right is still bad. They're being bigots. It's transphobic. You hate us so much.
You know what pisses me off about the radical left and all these transgendered extremist woke assholes? They are so fucking quick to throw out the word transphobic that they will excuse the disgusting crap that Samantha Hudson does because they identify as non-binary and trans, which doesn't work because if you're transgender, you're the opposite gender. If you are non-binary, you don't have a gender. Figure it out.
That you are willing to excuse pedophilic tweets in order to wag your finger at us. You are just as disgusting. You are complicit in all of this. We talk about this all the time, but you are. Now, usually when the mob is out to cancel somebody for old tweets, I will have the opinion that people do change and that teenagers are dumb and they tweet dumb things. We see it every day. But this is not just some kid that tweeted rap lyrics and said the N-word or made a joke about some minority community and then got in trouble.
Saying the N-word, and I'm like, you know what? If you want people to stop saying the N-word, then maybe people in the black community should also stop saying it. Not telling you how to live your life, but I'm quoting that one Samuel L. Jackson movie where he was a basketball coach. You are teaching the white man to say that word. Or here's a simple solution. Instead of dropping the hard N-I-G-G-E-R word, you can say it with a W. Wigger, please. And a lot of people get offended when I say the word faggot, so I'm going to work on that because I'm 80% British. So when I say that, it's not meant to be homophobic. I'm just calling people cigarettes. But people don't take it like that. So I propose a new word. Let's take the word vagina and faggot and combine it together and call it a faggot. You faggot. Hey, look at that. Cobra created a slur for straight people. Haha. Equality. Like, are you gay for vagina? Well, you're a faggot.
15 years later. We all read those tweets. That is not normal. That is not something that a dumb teenager would say. Now, yes, maybe it was for attention, but in order
A normal teenager would not say that crap, and again, it makes me think, what kind of fucked up childhood did Samantha Hudson have growing up?
say any of that out loud, to go through with posting it, you had to be thinking about that consistently. And any individual who would be thinking about that or write a tweet like that, I'm sorry, but is unwell. This is serious, sickening stuff. And it feels like our society gets more and more comfortable with pedophilia every single day. Oh, sorry, no.
No. Here's the conservative part of Brett Cooper. Capitalize on your fears to sell the talking points. Society is not getting comfortable with that nasty shit. Society as a whole is accepting that, okay, there are people out there who do this kind of crap, who think like this, and they accept it to a point. But they also accept that we need to continue to stigmatize it, otherwise we're not going to get better as a species. And what really pisses me off about the whole thing is that I know people in my life, my personal life, who are LGBTQ+. And they have a hard enough time getting acceptance from the broader community because sickos think, hey, if LGBTQ gets to have a thing, why can't they have a thing? And it's like, fuck you. Kids are more precious than rock and roll. Thank you very much.
Actually, guys, I'm supposed to call them minor attracted persons because they deserve respect.
No, they don't. They do not. You are letting the fucking sickos fucking... No, dude, fuck that. Fuck that. You don't deserve respect. What these sickos deserve is chemical castration and like being locked up in a mental asylum. Thank you very much.
Everyone else, that is literally what we are told to say. Nope.
You're being told to say it, but that doesn't mean you have to say it. Like, nope. MAPS, mothers against predators. How about we call it minors against predators? Fuck off. Or better yet, minors against pedophiles. That's how we're gonna rebrand that.
Somebody commented and said, Bud Light, ... Doritos, hold my beer. Yeah, like Dylan Mulvaney is like an angel compared to this person. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry about saying that. Excuse me. Brett Cooper. Don't be sorry about saying it, Brett Cooper, because you're absolutely right. Dylan Mulvaney is a goddamn saint compared to this disgusting asshole known as Samantha Hudson. Like, yeah, Dylan Mulvaney is super annoying, but compared to Samantha Hudson, dude, enough to make you want to drink.
Another person said, are advertising agencies shooting up during lunch? Honestly, knowing the ad world, probably. This is my...
Okay, don't blame drugs for this crap. Because I do drugs, I experiment with drugs. Oh, shocker, Ozzy Osbourne's biggest fan fucking experiments with drugs. Oh, jeez. But when I do fucking drugs, it tells me I hate sickos, and I'm just trying to escape the bullshit in my life and then the bullshit in life in general. And the thing you gotta realize when it comes to doing, drugs can be fun. Yeah, I said it, drugs can be fun, but it doesn't fix the problems in your life, and it doesn't fix the problems in our society. All it does is temporarily get you high and make you feel good about your shitty existence.
Some drug-induced frenzy. And while these companies, like Bud Light and Doritos, are complicit because they sign off on these things, I do place a lot of the blame on the ad agencies. They push all of this, and they go in with their statistics and their ideas, and, oh, people really want this. And they convince these companies that these
people want this because people want to be included. I get that. If you watched my goddamn smoothie video that I did this morning, you can't please the woke mob. You literally can't. You go to include people because they're trans, but then once you find out, okay, well, they're not so nice, you know, you fire them because of their controversy and because they're sickos. People attack you for being transphobic because they don't want to be canceled. Oh my God. Like, the whole thing's a fucking political shit show. Don't even get me started. And it's like, you know what? Fucking the gay community doesn't need any more negative publicity, thank you. Well, let's not call it the gay community because it's so one-sided. Let's call it the rainbow mob. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just gays being affected by this. It's lesbians, bisexuals. I'm like, I don't understand any of it because, like, if you're a lesbian, you're gay. So, like, you gotta make it a separate category when it's all the same to a point. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to pick on the rainbow mob, just throwing my 2 cents out there.
campaigns are important, and they'll be effective, and they'll really move your brand forward into the new millennia, this progressive ideology. They're the ones who push.
Progressive ideology is people being like, hey, you know what? People get bullied for being gay and lesbian and trans and bisexual and queer, intersex or asexual. And it's not fair because fuck sickos. And it's like, you know what? The whole thing's a political shit show, like I said. I'm like, you know what? Dating is hard. You know, if you can't find a good woman or a good man in your life, dating can be seriously depressing. And if you want to go asexual or MGTOW or whatever, who cares? As long as you're not a sicko. There's all this pressure in our society to date and have sex and do it. And when you're not getting it as a dude, you get called a loser, a faggot, an incel, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you.
Another commenter said, why do these companies hire people like this knowing what happened to Bud Light? Well, they're idiots. They're completely wrapped up in their own ideology. They probably assume they're just some small fringe group that has no impact.
Stop. I hit the wrong button. Hold up. They're not idiots, okay? They're just trying to make trans people feel included. To some degree, yes, it is a political power move because these big companies don't give a shit if you're trans. They just want people to buy your products. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. These companies like Pepsi and Bud Light and what have you and Doritos, they don't give a shit if you're trans. They don't give a shit if you're non-binary. They just want people to buy their products. But they go about it in the worst way possible. They'll hire people to represent their product just because they identify a certain way. And make it all about them and screw everybody else. And then claim it's all about inclusivity. I'm like, fuck that, Bud Light. This is how you should have filmed this is how Bud Light should have filmed their commercial, YouTube. You got Dylan Mulvaney doing her thing. And then you got everyone else doing their thing. The home team just scored a touchdown and won the game. And everybody's celebrating. All of a sudden it's like, who cares if Dylan Mulvaney's trans? Who cares if everybody else thinks a certain way? All of a sudden it's like, fuck sickos, let's grab a Bud Light. the team just scored the winning touchdown. Yeah, celebrate, woo! And it's like, yeah, man, that's how they should have fucking done it. And you know what pisses me off about the trans movements? Is they call themselves a woman, but they have no consideration for their fellow women. Because, oh, well, you're trans, therefore you're more special than all the other women out there. And it's like, that's not even the issue, dude. You're a fucking self-centered piece of shit, thin-skinned fucking asshole. And it's like, fuck that, you know what I'm saying? And that's nothing against trans people. This is just what I've observed from women who complain about this crap. And spoiler alert, Brett Cooper, you're a woman, correct? Yes. Women have had to fight for equality since the goddamn 50s. And now trans people are fighting for equality. And it's like, it's made harder by the assholes and the cunts who ruin it for everyone.
Another commenter said, why do these companies hire people like this knowing what happened to Bud Light? Well, they're idiots.
They're not idiots, they're just trying to be more inclusive. Half the time it's because they want progressive points and they want Gen Z, the fucking woke retards. They're just trying to sell a fucking product. They don't give a shit what your ideology is. They'll just do it because they know it gets them progressive points.
They're completely wrapped up in their own ideology, and they probably assume that we are just some small fringe group that has no impact. Oh, that could never happen to us. That was a one-off thing. No, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, Brett Cooper. If we didn't have an impact, then Doritos wouldn't have fucking fired Samantha Hudson after all the backlash.
Fries, Doritos. Most people don't like pedophiles. Sorry to break it to you, but that was never going to work out.
Why are you being sorry to break that to people? Don't be sorry about it. Fuck pedophiles. Don't be sorry about that crap. It's like I said, YouTube. LGBTQIAA plus hates pedophiles, or at least they should. And everyone else outside of that group also, like the majority of people, hate pedophiles. The only people who are trying to fucking make this shit a thing are the small minority of assholes who fucking are into this shit.
To Doritos' credit, when all of these old tweets came out and the backlash started, they fired Samantha Hudson. This is a Newsweek article about it. Doritos cuts.
Yeah, to Doritos' credit, I agree, Brett Cooper. Doritos immediately cut ties with this ambassador, and they had to make it explicit that it's not about her being trans, him being trans, whatever. It's about the pedophilic crap, and they don't want to be associated with that crap. So there you go.
With transgender ambassador after backlash. Once again, they're trying to make it about transgenderism, which really is not the problem here. I don't care if this person's transgender. I care about the tweets that they wrote. That really is the crux of the problem, Newsweek. But of course, they have to be politically correct. And Doritos, even while they are firing Samantha, they also had to be politically correct. In speaking with Rolling Stone, a spokesperson for Doritos Spain confirmed that the video featuring Hudson was deleted and that the company has parted ways with her as a brand.
Just because you deleted the video doesn't mean it doesn't still exist elsewhere. The internet's forever. Because people are so afraid of being canceled by the woke mob and the rainbow mob. They're like, they have to like specifically say, like back in the day, if you said you were straight and you hate sickos, okay, there you go. But these days it's like, well, now you have to specify, you know, the whole thing. People make fun of me for being like specific about my pronouns, like cisgendered, alive, straight, consenting, non-related, alive, of age, consenting, etc., etc. Because fuck sickos. Fuck sickos, YouTube. Someone's dog is going off outside and it sounds so adorable. Oh my goodness.
The company stressed, however, that the decision was not in any way due to Hudson's gender identity, but instead because of her controversial past comments of which the company had been unaware. Quote, "We have ended the relationship and stopped all related
Yeah, but your company was unaware. I'm kind of like, that's a cough up. That's a cough up. Doritos, you work for PepsiCo, this multi-billion-dollar company, and you couldn't be bothered to do the fucking research. You couldn't be bothered to be like, okay, if we're going to hire this trans person because we want to look inclusive to the entire world, virtue signaling how woke we are, blah, 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 you couldn't be bothered to do the research. You'd be like, what kind of person is the person we're hiring like?
Activity due to the comments. We strongly condemn words or actions that promote violence or sexism of any kind." Now, I am shocked, though, that Doritos didn't know about Sam's past, especially because these tweets had apparently already resurfaced before, and Sam had already addressed them in the past. This was... Dad, don't forget about my new tweet.
Sweetie, I can't make it to Dick's this week.
Have you heard of Dix.com?
Have I heard of Dix.com? Have I heard of Dix?
This was from a few years ago. Some tweets that I posted in 2015 are resurfacing, and honestly, I don't know what to say. I don't remember having written such barbarities. At that time, I dedicated myself to saying nonsense, the heavier the better, because I thought that dark humor was funny. Dark humor. So sexual acts with your cousin and 12-year-old girls and getting naked in front of 8-year-olds is super funny. I'm glad we know where you stand on all of that. And Doritos, you didn't think to check the person that you were hiring? Do a quick sweep on the internet for any incriminating tweets? And it's ironic that they didn't. Because when it comes to the other side, the political right, brands like theirs go over people, they go over their backgrounds with a fine-tooth comb. God forbid they hire anyone who follows a conservative or has tweeted anything that is wrong-think. And never, no, a conservative would never get a sponsorship like this. But you didn't think to do that with this person? Like, is it too much to ask that these brands don't do dumb things? Like, we all shouldn't be doing dumb things like feeding your dogs kibble without...
And here comes the ad. We're going to skip through the ad.
Trial bag can be at your door in just a few business days. So go to roughgreens.com/Brett or call 877-66-MY-DOG. Again, that is roughgreens.com/Brett or call 877-66-MY-DOG today. Now, because Doritos did cut ties almost immediately after all this blew up and after they saw the tweets, people are wondering online if Doritos should still be boycotted. Like Tim Pool said, so do we boycott?
The way I look at it, you want to boycott Doritos? Boycott them, you know? Why is it called boycott? This fucking gender inclusive language? It should be called people-cotted. Oh my god. That's just me making fun of shit. Okay, calm down, Cobra. Well, as a lifetime Doritos customer, I've been eating Doritos since I was a kid. I appreciate Doritos immediately firing Samantha Hudson because of her pedophilic bullshit. His whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the damage has already been done.
Doritos or not? Well, in my opinion, yeah, because Doritos had all of the information readily available online and they still hired this person. That was a choice that they made. But also, guys, we should have been boycotting Doritos already. Somebody commented and said, Doritos are bioengineered. You should not be eating them anyway. And I know you might...
So here we go. Brett Cooper is about to be like, well, I'm sick and tired of everyone telling us how to think and speak. And now she's going to tell us how to think. This is hypocrisy at its finest.
Like Brett, we're going in a completely different direction here, but this is also very important. We shouldn't have to boycott Doritos because we shouldn't be eating them in the first place. Snacks like them are just... awful for you. Just take a gander at the ingredients. Doritos are made with genetically modified corn. They're chock full of harmful dyes like red dye 40 that is linked to serious disorders and health issues. They're fried in seed oils. I don't think that there is a single drop of real nacho cheese on those chips. They can cause insane inflammation. They are carcinogenic, aka all of these ingredients have been linked to cancer and serious...
Okay, so you want to bitch because Doritos' ingredients are linked to cancer. What about the cell phones, Brett Cooper? Your cell phones literally shoot off radiation. Excuse me. Like, you're gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, fuck Doritos, this is why they're unhealthy, and fuck, this and that. It's like you're gonna sit there and tell us, well, I'm sick and tired of the way people are telling us how to think and act, blah, 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 but then turn around and be like, well, you shouldn't eat Doritos because they're unhealthy. And I'm like, that's kind of the point. That is kind of the goddamn point, YouTube. Prior to the scandal, I didn't give a shit if I ate Doritos because people are like, well, Doritos are so bad for your health. And I'm like, that's the whole point. That's why it's called junk food. Okay? You can't tell me, Brett Cooper, that you don't enjoy the occasional unhealthy snack.
Illnesses. There is no reason for you or your family to be eating these, not before any of this went down, and certainly not after. Now you have 2 reasons why you should not be buying Doritos.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna justify your hatred of pedophiles to fucking be like, this is why you shouldn't buy Doritos. Because they're also unhealthy. And it's like, you want to boycott a brand because they hired a literal sicko to represent their shit? That's one thing. I'm here for it. But being like, oh, well, they're unhealthy, and then this is why you shouldn't eat them, blah, blah, blah. And then you fucking bitch because you're tired of everyone telling you how to think. The wrong think, as she said it.
Damn banana.
It is worth it for your health to seek out better alternative options. I cannot stress that enough. And if you're wanting to
Like, here's a thought, Brett Cooper. Why don't you worry about your own goddamn health instead of worrying about everyone else's health?
integrity with yourself, you should also be shopping in accordance with your values and voting with your wallet. And that is just another reason why you shouldn't be buying Doritos. Well, guys, I hope you liked that video. Make sure that you like and subscribe.
No, that video is super cringe. No offense to Brett Cooper, but that video was super fucking cringe. It was. Society is not trying to normalize it or get comfortable with it. That's just the radical right spewing off their crap because a lot of people hate sickos just as much as you and I do. What society is doing is accepting that there are people who do this kind of crap and they go, we need to continue to stigmatize it. No apologies. Fucking hate sickos. Now, when I go to record a guitar bit on my videos, I prefer to use my cell phone because my computer sometimes doesn't pick up on the best. Doesn't pick up on it the best. rock and roll never fucking dies. Fuck our trendy society, you fucking... This is called a BC Rich Warlock. This right here, the thing that I'm jamming on is called an electric guitar. It's a wonderful instrument, guitar is. Anyone who says rock and roll is dead, no offense to your opinion, but you can fuck off. Rock and roll never dies. You can't kill rock and roll, it's here to stay. I love my BC Rich Warlocks. That's my brand of choice. People are like, hey Cobra, what's your favorite electric guitar? Show that logo. I love my BC Rich guitars, and BC Rich Warlocks are my jam. Try to create my own dream. I accidentally unplugged it. I'm going to take this part, flip it over, and put it on this part right here, and have it come down. And then as it hits like this part right here, it flares out into a BC Rich Draco with this headstock right here, and it has like 10 strings. The frets are like 34 frets, slightly scalloped. Then you got like a whammy bar, wow wow wow, like a little hooded cobra sitting there, you know, on the whammy bar. And 4 pickups, 1 for heavy distortion, light distortion, light clean to heavy clean. And then there you go. We call it a BC Rich Demon. You know what I'm saying? No, I love playing electric guitar. And I hate sickos more than I love playing electric guitar. Now, if you follow me on my YouTube channel, you know how I feel about this whole situation. 1 second. Rock and roll never dies. Fuck sickos. But like I said in my previous videos, Republicans and conservatives love to use fear to get you to believe them. A lot of people fucking hate sickos as well. And if they use the fear of sickos to get you to believe them, thinking, oh, well, it's like society isn't trying to, normalize it. They're trying to stigmatize it. And it's like, just because somebody is trans, whatever, doesn't mean they're automatically a sicko. It just means there were some bad apples in the LGBTQ plus movement, and you can go fuck yourself. Motherfucker! Sorry, it's the weekend. I get a little excited. Like, look at Cobra shred! Holy shit! gonna finish my drink combo before I conclude this video. Let me turn on the light so you can see my ugly face better. Turn on the fucking light so you can see my ugly autistic face better. Unholy diver. Like, oh, look at that. Dio died first. That's what you get for talking shit on the Prince of Darkness. It shows you how versatile guitar is. You go from Holy Diver to you're like, mother! Woo! Sorry, I get a little. Oh, god damn it! You think Brett Cooper got off track with the video? I'm over here like, don't mind me, I'm getting lost in the. Yeah. Put that sexy bastard up for a second. Anyways, YouTube. Didn't mean to drag this video response on into an hour, but I got a little lost in my guitar playing. I'll catch you later.